Hey guys, so yesterday we went to a funeral, and it was for an older friend's mother, which I don't want to say is a nice thing, but because no funeral is nice, but it was different because as of late, the funerals that we've been going to have been for other crypts, and when a crypt dies, it's for one of two things. They either had something like muscular dystrophy where it could happen or it will happen somewhere down the road, or they had something that was preventable that just didn't get caught. Like if they're a quad, they can get an upper respiratory infection, and that can take them out, or a pressure sore. And I have a history of pressure sores, and I have to look after myself. And Joey has my eyes for that too, because, well, she can see my butt better than I can see my butt. Yeah, I know, huh? But those can go sideways really quick, and you can go septic, which I've done before, and by the grace of God, I'm still above ground, but I know a bunch of people that are not, because their sores got bad and nobody was checking them, and they're not here anymore. So given that, we went to this funeral, and it was a nice funeral. It was for our friend Cindy's mother, and she had fallen a couple of weeks ago and had surgery, and they thought she was getting better, and apparently over the weekend she just blinked out. Well, it was sad, and we were there for her and everything, but what got to me was the conversation afterwards. The preacher came to sit with us at our table. Nobody else did. It was just my mom and Penny, one of our family friends, and Joey and I. And he just came, sat with us, and we struck up a conversation. And he noticed that I had paint all over my chair. And I'm a painter, and he asked about it, and so I told him about the kinds of stuff that I like to do, and which you guys know is interpretive stuff. And my mom chimed in, and she was talking about some of my 9/11 pieces that I'd done, and she brought up another piece. And it's got me sitting on top of the world. And it's based off the song On My Own by The Used. Now, when I give somebody a piece of art, I normally don't tell them what it means to me, what the thought process was behind it, because I want them to get what they get out of the piece, why it's drawing to them. And so I honestly hadn't thought of that piece in a while. I've heard the song recently, but it just I didn't think of that piece. There's only two pieces that exist, and my mom's got one, and the children's clinic that she used to work at has the other one. And so when this preacher asked me about it, it brought up those memories, and it has to do with my brother. Which I've talked to you guys about many times, in Mortality's a Bitch and several different other pieces. When I did that one, it was about feeling isolated. In my grief. In my grief. My ex had just left me a little over 6 months earlier. And so I had my folks, but I was living on my own. And so that's where that piece came from. It's funny how a simple conversation can bring up memories. So, anyways, guys, I've thought about that since yesterday, and I wrote about it on our site at twopeopleof.com. Probably because it was easier for me to put it into words than it was to vocalize it at the time. But here I am, and just putting it out there just because I know there's probably a lot of artists that have put stuff out with really deep feelings, and they compartmentalized it and put it away for whatever the reason. And I just wanted you guys to know that you're not alone. And if you want to tell us stories about your stuff and share, leave us comments. We're interested to know. I mean, this is a community, and we're all in this together. So, guys, be good to each other. Love you. And like this, if you like this, and subscribe to us. Ring that bell if you want to get notifications of our next vlogs. but we've got stuff coming up today because Joey hasn't dropped anything, and she's always got ideas. And we love you, and we'll check you later.